that be my current mind state.
Hi guys, this is Wholesome Season. I'm Tuomas.
And my name is Rina. Welcome on board. This is the kickoff and we are super excited.
Yeah.
Today we're gonna tell you about what changed our life, what the channel is gonna be about, and what's in it for you.
Yeah, well, about 10 years ago, I was working as an athlete under a big amount of pressure and stress. But then everything kind of changed at the age of 25 when I fell ill with cancer.
Yeah, that was huge for us and totally changed all of our values.
Yeah, we definitely got more interested about health and what we're eating and stuff like that. But the most, I wanted to learn how to deal better with stress. And then I found meditation and some other tools that started to shape our whole lifestyle.
Yeah, and even though the direction was kind of right, we tried trends and tricks, but none of which really worked for us during the years. And somehow the picture wasn't still clear. So we have like a big personal motive, but there's also a bigger picture. Let's be honest, here in the Western societies, we're not doing very well. We're eating, sitting, stressing, and digitizing, which I don't even know if it's a word, but you all know what I mean, ourselves sick. And according to WHO, the World Health Organization, stress is the health epidemic of the 21st century. And did you know that lifestyle-related diseases have almost doubled over the last 20 years?
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah. And eating habits and food, for example, being the number one cause for getting a serious disease. So it seems like there is something we could do and we need to do.
So, if the lifestyle is such a major key, what can we all do and what the Wholesome Season is all about?
About a year ago, we found information about chronic inflammation and how it destroys our health, and how anti-inflammatory lifestyle and food can tackle it. And we felt like explorers, like we would have found a hidden treasure or something. And we thought, why had no one ever told us about this? So if research knows and shows how all of this can be tackled, we think it should be information all of us know, and we wanna share it with you. And I think it's totally empowering and feels helpful and hopeful that we all could be active agents of our own health.
So the Wholesome Season is our journey for the better, healthier and happier. Wholesome things that we learned and started testing. Why, for example, dipping in the icy water, watching a sunset, eating fermented foods, or intermittent fasting can reduce aging and inflammation in our bodies.
Yeah, what can we learn from the longest living people in the blue zones and their lifestyle? How to make really good and cheap kombucha by yourself, find a meditation technique that works, not easy, or exercise to lengthen your telomeres and your life, for starters. So this is evidence-based, healthy and natural life. Now that we're here in the nature picking blueberries, there's one thing we must add, and it's the idea of working with our biology, not against it. There's a huge mismatch with the way we live and how our biology is. Our modern societies have developed so radically fast, but the evolution of the human body is still at the hunter-gatherer stage. And this mismatch, according to research, is the reason why we're so screwed. And understanding this is the key to better health. So let's get back to nature. And this video goes back to the couch.
By profession, we have nothing to do with health or well-being. and we definitely know kind of pros. So we're not here to tell you how you should live. We're just a couple of creative entrepreneurs, like a little research group, looking for answers how to be in charge of our own health and maybe inspire you guys to try some of these things with us.
Yeah, we're a regular family living in the Nordics, and we all know how this life can get pretty crazy and challenging at times. And in order to be able to get any of these changes done, we need it to be super simple. First, there's so much advice out there, and we want to focus on scientific research that helps us to prioritize and tells us what to focus on. Second, we need it to be easy, affordable, and fast. And third, we also want it to be fun and enjoyable so that it doesn't feel like a burden on the shoulders. And we'll dive into these tips during the wholesome season.
To wrap this thing up, like we said, we're not ready. This is a journey. So even though we've been finding a lot of healthy habits in our life, it's not always that easy.
But together, it's easier, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So the wholesome season is on, and you are heartily welcome to join us. Peace and love. See you next time.
Peace.
Yeah.
Wrap it up. To wrap.
Wrap it.